This episode of FilmRiot is brought to you by Shutterstock.com. Today on FilmRiot, more questions, more gear, and a major director's first short film.
Mail sack, taking a look in Riot's mail sack.
5D, Mark III. Any impressions? Thoughts? There's a question mark, and there's 2 likes. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, basically it's the 5D with a ton of improvements. So everything you loved about the 5D, with them trying to correct a lot of the things that were annoying about the 5D, including the really, really crappy moire issue with the Mark III, it's a lot better. Now, mind you, I haven't used it. Philip Bloom did a great review of it right here, which you can check out. But everything that I've seen and looked into, it's just a really great upgrade. You even have a headphone jack, you got audio levels. So overall, it's the 5D, but with a lot of improvements. Do you think a Rode VidMic recording straight to my Canon T2i will produce good audio? Well, that depends exactly on what you're asking. If you're wanting to do a short film, I think the audio might be a little bit distracting, but if you're doing like BTS or documentary style shooting like Erison Variant where he goes to Comic-Con, I think that's great. People expect a little bit lower level of quality, plus you kind of get a different vibe to it, kind of like feeling like you're there since you get all the ambience. So if you're doing like BTS on something, I think it's a great mic to have. If you're using it for scratch audio as you record to dual sync sound, then it's absolutely perfect. But if it's all you have and you're trying to do a short film with it, that's fine. I don't think you're gonna get the best audio possible, but if it's all you have to work with, I would try to get a boom pole, get it off the camera and onto a boom pole, just get an extender for the wire, and it's better than nothing, but I would definitely try to upgrade as soon as possible. What is your favorite Hitchcock movie, by the way? I love the beanie. My favorite Hitchcock film, I don't know, there's a couple. I mean, we get Psycho, obviously, Rear Window, and Dial M for Murder, but then there's also Rope. I don't really know how to pick between those. I don't, maybe Psycho, I don't know, but then Rope, Rear Window, Dial M for Murder. Can I pick 4?
No, 1.
Psycho. Favorite Walking Dead character and why?
Did you say Daryl?
Well, it was Daryl, actually. In season 2, Daryl was my favorite character. It has transcended to Rick. Since it became, as they're calling it, the Rick-tatorship, Rick is so cool that Rick is now my favorite character, followed by Daryl. But Daryl is a very, 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 very close second. Using my Mach 2 on the go, I have a hard time seeing on the screen if the video is in focus. Any tips? Yeah, just get yourself a viewfinder. My personal favorite is from Lettuce Direct, which is this one right here, which you can get from right here. But there's also cheaper versions like this guy from Jag35. So look around, there's a ton of different versions that you can get. All of them do a really great job. Again, my favorite's from Lettuce, but it is a bit on the pricey side, so there are definitely cheaper options. But that is definitely the best way to go on the cheap and be able to see what you're doing. Shutterstock.com is a place to go when looking for stock video clips for film projects, presentations, or websites. Clips come in a variety of formats and most are available in HD. You can sign up for large video packs, monthly subscriptions, or just grab a single video based on need. Shutterstock.com makes it easy to get your own galleries to make searching really easy for you. Videos are offered in a variety of formats, so you can find web optimized versions, but you won't get nickeled and dimed for high-res stuff either. If you need an image instead of a video, illustration, vector, Shutterstock has you covered with all of those as well. Millions of options. Head to Shutterstock.com or install their iPad app to get started. There's no credit card needed when you find the image you want. Use the offer code FilmRiot11 and you're gonna get 30% off any package. It's a lot of percentages. There's 30 of them, 30 percentages. So today's piece of gear that I want to talk about is one of the base, like, fundamental pieces of gear that you can get, and it is these bad boys right here, which are sandbags. Mine, these particular ones, are from Digital Juice. There's tons of different models. These are actually pretty cheap. You can get them in packs, and what I love about these is that they come with a zipper. So you unzip this, and then inside there's another zipper, and inside of that zipper is where you put the sand, which is great. The ones I had before that were ones that you had to sew, which was a real pain in the balls. And the sand, you can go, I mean, I think it's illegal actually to take sand off of the beach. So I'm not saying you could go to a beach and take sand off the beach and have it free. I'm not saying that. But it's something that people who break the law could do. But I'm saying you shouldn't. What I did was I went to Home Depot and you can buy these really cheap bags of sand and I filled these bad boys up and then you just zip them closed. That way if you have to transport them far away, you can just dump them to freak out easily enough. But the great thing about a sandbag is mainly safety, being able to weigh down all your lights. If you're doing work for clients or work with actors, safety is always first. So if you have a ton of lights around your set, you need to weigh them down, because even just a little bump could knock those suckers over. I mean, could you imagine your light falling into a puddle or something like that? There's a lot of hazards that go involved, and you'd be shocked at how many uses you can get out of something this simplistic. I mean, I remember when I used to work for Alienware doing all their product videography. This was before like sliders were a big thing, so being that they were laptops, I would put them on the floor, then I'd be able to put my camera onto a sandbag and then just push that around on the floor and get these really low slider type shots. And I would take it in After Effects, add a little bit of smoothing, and then boom, there you go. A really great dolly shot for extremely cheap. So this is definitely one of the filmmaker must types of gear, and it is super cheap, so there's really no reason not to have it. So go check it out. Mine is from Digital Juice, which you could get right here. But again, pretty much any brand that is of your liking, you want to sew it, you want to zip it up, whatever you want to do, just sandbag it. So that's it, which of course means it's time for the short film suggestion of the week. This one comes from a major director who is Robert Zemeckis, one of my favorite directors out there, and this is his first short film, at least that we know of, which he did at film school at USC. And back then they would have to get their own 16mm film and produce their own film pretty much on their own as their like final test. And I'm pretty sure that's what this is. So it's in black and white, and they had no sync sound. So all the sound that they did had to be after the fact, which is why there's pretty much never any dialogue. And if it is, it's like terribly ADR'd when it comes from the old school USC films. But this one's actually pretty decent. I really like what he did with the camera, and you can see a lot of his style in there. But what I love about this is, once again, just like the Christopher Nolan one, just like the James Wan one, is an old film, like one of their original films from a fantastic filmmaker. Like seeing from where they come, for me, that's really inspiring, because a lot of the times the films aren't that great. So it's like, hey, you know, maybe I'm not horrible. So check it out. It's actually a pretty interesting film. The story's a little but definitely worth a watch. Check it out right here. Enjoy. It's only 7 minutes long. But that's it for this episode. We'll see you guys on Monday when we have the next winner and the next Monday challenge.